Good morning and good afternoon, Top Employees community. I'm Nicole from the Top Employees Institute. Welcome to our session. Today, we have Mr. Wong, Chief Talent Officer from Deloitte, China. Jungle will share how Deloitte has been building a strong employee branding under an effective talent strategy through the purpose-driven culture and with different talent programs. If you have questions regarding this topic, please use the chat function to send it to us. After Jungle's sharing, he will answer some selected questions. Now, let's welcome Jungle.
Hi there. Hi there, everyone. I'm really honored to be here to do my presentation to you today, coming all over the world, all the participants. So I'm Jungle Wong. So maybe today I would like to share about what we did in Deloitte in China in building a strong talent branding. So maybe first question I would like to ask is, what perception will come to your mind when you hear about Deloitte? Is it a big four? Accounting firm, no work-life balance, hierarchy, or boring? Maybe true 10 years ago. I hope that after my presentation today about Deloitte China, this will bring you with another impression about Deloitte. Deloitte is the largest professional service firm in the world, with more than 330,000 talents in 150 presence. We now have 6 business arms focusing on audit, tax, legal, consulting, risk, and financial advisory. In China, we have 18,000 talents in 26 cities, and we have a true diversified talent with more than 60% are female, 90% are millennials. Yes, 90 are millennials. And also people coming from 13 nationalities, and all of them are highly intelligent people with different professional background. We have baby boomers who are going to retire soon, and we have graduates join us last year who were born after year 2000, and they are working on the same project. So I think the biggest challenge for me is how to shape a strong talent branding with such a diversity workforce under the fast-growing and changing economy in China. Maybe let's start from purposes. Actually, in our millennial survey that done by ourselves, our millennials and Gen Z employees told us clearly that they are very willing to work for a company with a clear purpose statement that align with them. So employer branding start from purposes. Our purposes is make an impact that matters. We find that this global purposes statement echo with a lot of our people. Every day we ask ourselves, are we making an impact to our client, our people, or to our society? Are we doing the right things that make an impact? Meanwhile, when coming into China, our talent looks for more. In this market, professional service industry are facing the challenge in attracting and retaining them. We have to rethink about our employee value proposition. First of all, we don't have big money like giant internet company who can offer off-the-market compensation. We don't have excellent sporting facility like swimming pools, running tracks, or even canteens who can offer very good food like abalone. However, talent come to Deloitte because of 2 important value propositions. We develop them to be the world-class leaders and professionals in their expertise areas. And we offer the culture that they can be proud of when they are coming in front of the classmate, family, and community. To become world-class leaders and professionals, our core come back to basic, strong apprenticeship, where our leaders play the role in developing our people. I met with some of the associates who left us and joined other companies. They came back and said, we are getting a little bit more better pay. I don't need to work OT or flying around. But however, I miss the time when my senior sitting next to me and bring me through the solution. I miss the passion of our people. I think they miss the apprenticeship and development opportunity. Another core are distinguished talent experience to our people. We provide our people with excellent global and client experience. Thinking about that, if you are working for a company, you may be able to work with your CEO, maybe after 10 years, when you come up the career ladder, and you seldom have a chance to work with other CEO. But in Deloitte, you'll be able to meet different CEO and understand their perspective, even if you are only graduate for 1 year. These are the experience that our younger people are looking for. Meanwhile, I think we are well known with our training program. So we focus our training on technical, professionalism, and leadership. For our culture, we bring integrity as our core, with emphasis on innovation, inclusive, and well-being elements. I think the mission for me is to let our market know who our people are. It means that when they go out to the market, they are reputable about their trustful, care for well-being of both themselves and others, and courageous to bring things ahead. So every time when we have the talent initiative, we align back into these two EVP. We know that we have to execute them well, and we have to help them to differentiate ourselves with other companies in the market. Everyone knows 2020 was a different year. I think not only talking about the EVP, the new normal because of the COVID will be obvious for our leaders here, and technology play a very important role in accelerating changes. Talent and HR function will play a different role and have new priorities. And I think we need to redefine what is globalization means, especially because of isolation and geopolitical reasons. So every company need to think through it, including Deloitte. And we think through it by 3 W: the work, the workforce, and the workspace itself. For us as a professional service firm, we need to change how our work is delivered. Our client service team and also our internal HR team or finance team is thinking about they need to do a careful analysis of how projects and tasks need to be delivered. Can the tasks be standardized and packaged with higher quality and lower cost? Can we move significant aspect of the work away from the traditional delivery model to fully leverage technology? How can we utilize more our delivering center? We also consider our new workforce and determine who is the best to do the work. We think hard on changing our workforce composition and at the same time challenge the team on innovative talent acquisition strategy because we are looking into different workforce again. We use robotic and RPA to replace some of our repeatable works so that our learning team also can focus on reskilling and upskilling our existing workforce in all businesses. We open up new talent pools by using virtual mobilities in bringing the skill set that we are not adequate in China. Given our economy is recovering a little bit quicker than others, we use our other countries' talent to deliver some of our work in China. For workspace, we leverage our existing flex work policy and develop hybrid working model. We also look into our real estate strategies. You know that actually real estate is very expensive nowadays. So we work closely with our CFO to look into financial impact. But overall, not only the 3W changes, we need to look into it. 3 more things that I need to look into it further because of the changes. The D&I strategy. Because of the work changes and require different skills, our workforce become more diverse than before. And then we have to double up on our D&I strategy. Second thing is about our people connection. As work become more virtual and automatic, the number of people in-person touch are really decreasing. I think in-person contact points become even more critical for maintaining culture, brand, and engagement together. So this drives our new strategy on building a physical location, a physical Deloitte University in China. Why we are doing that? A lot of people asking that, are we going to virtual? Why we are going to build a Deloitte University, a brick and mortar? What I'm saying that we need to bring our unique experience for our talent in learning, connection, and sharing, and need to treasure. And whenever time we meet together face to face, we really need to treasure the opportunity and bring different talent experience. One more thing that really brings in is our green strategy. I think travel will become highly selective in future. This will really align our commitment to our net zero carbon emission by 2030 strategy. I will talk a little bit more on what the initiative we are going ahead. So I think I try to conclude what the changes bringing forward and how we change about the 3 W's on it. So maybe the last pages, or maybe the last one, I need to talk about a little bit about what we did, what we are going to do in 2021. I think with all the changes and implication about, we revamp our talent strategy again by having 4 themes, and we develop all our programs to put it back into those 4 dimensions. Make an impact, inspire leaders, connect strengths, and accelerate ambitious. So I'm not trying to tell you all our program, what we are going to do, but I just like to highlight some of the signature programs that we will put in ahead. First of all, you see World Class and World Climate. Actually, those are programs that relate to social responsibility. We commit to make an impact to 10 million people in China, and we bring our carbon neutral in 2030, respectively. We invite all our leaders and people to join the program and contribute not only time, but using the expertise to contribute to meeting the target. I think what Deloitte have is really about expertise, and we bring our expertise to two areas. We have an all-in program. What does it mean? Actually, it's bringing gentle equity in all our business scorecard, our leaders' performance, and also the HR processes. One more thing is important because we are a client service industry. We bring that to our external event, and we requesting all the events that run by Deloitte will have a gentle parity in presentation and panel section. I think I like it today because you can see myself and Nicole is here, so we have gentle parity today in the presentation. We also put up our learning platform. It's named Kura, which is an AI-enabled learning-driven content creation systems that will bring personalization, internal and external content to all Deloitte professionals in the world. It is a machine learning platform that proactively offer our people content, that recommendation based on our interests and based on what we follow. A little bit just like all the internet engine that if you search those topics, they will push you through those topics proactively. I think we integrate this platform with a phone app so that our people can learn anywhere, anytime, and any lesson on their mobile. And actually that mobile app runs globally. Finally, I also like to mention a little bit about our mental health program. I think during the early stage of COVID-19, outbreak started from Wuhan. And our people in Wuhan was trapped in the city. They work for projects or they live there. We're not only helping them on arranging medical assistance, but also grocery supply. But one very important thing, we also have our leaders, colleagues, and professional, psychological professional, provide care and psychological assistance to them. We think that is very effective, and this becomes a best practice to all our global practices, to all the other countries, to focus on the mental health that we are talking about. So I mentioned about Deloitte University and virtual mobilities in my previous discussion. Nevertheless, I think important learning for me is the number of programs themselves are not important. I think it's really about how we design this program and link them back to our purposes. When I listen to the previous section, I think a lot of people, a lot of good top employers talk about purposes. I really echo on that. So I would like to end my section or my introduction just by quoting our purpose again: making an impact that matters to client, to talent, and to society. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Jungle. From your sharing, now we learn what Deloitte really is. It's no longer an old-fashioned company, but it's a company with a very innovative in your DNA and in your EVP. Thank you. We already have the questions from our audience. The first question is, what's the best way to have employees model their employer's brand while divorcing the employee from the employer's identity?
This is a very interesting question. Not sure why we need to divorcing the employee from the employer branding. Importantly is think about Deloitte. We used to be named as a Big Four or accounting firm. Then people will have a perception on that. But however, when we move ahead into our transformation on the business side, we also need to transform ourselves into our talent side. And we have to transform our talent a little bit earlier than our business. So we are not trying to divorcing our employee from the employer identity. It's really about thinking about our business itself, how to bring in new purposes for our business, and then link up the purposes to our employee, and then bring the employee back to align with the purposes of the employer. So I think from my experience, my journey is, it is not easy, first of all, to transform our business. This is a difficult question for our executive. But as a talent leader, I think first of all, you need to join the journey with your executive together to rethink about what your new business or transformation journey looks like. But what your role is, thinking about how the talent model will change, how the culture should be changing, and how all the other things, let's say the recruitment, the learning, and your other strategy related to your purposes need to follow up the changes. This is a hard question, but I think there's no easy answer for the new business transformation or the disruption at the moment. So I think we need to think harder on that.
Thank you for the question. Let's see if we have the time for another question, maybe the last questions. How is COVID-19 pandemic affect employer branding? This is from Mr. Marwa.
This is a very good question. We go through everyone go through this journey. I think no one get escape from it. One thing, as you can see in my presentation, what I did talk about actually, things did change on few things. First of all, we double up our overall well-being strategy. When we talk about well-being strategy, it's really talking about three aspects. One is from Deloitte, our well-being strategy focus on purposes, physical, and mental. Mm-hmm. When we talk about mental, this year we double up we put in a lot of resources on mental. The mental definitely relate to, because of the lockup, people stay at home. Then we have programs to help our people on if they, because of the lockup, you think about it, they spend time with their family. In the first few weeks, the survey tells us that they really enjoy because they have more time with their families, they do not need to travel. But then after a few weeks' time, the survey tells us that actually they are stressed because the fact that the children do not need to go to school and they are stuck in a room, they do not have chances to walk out a lot, and then they are locked down, they have a lot of stress. And also because of the working remotely, actually they work more hours than before. So we put in our mental health task force team to help them. It's not only from a psychological point of view, but we love to let them know that we are supporting them. So we share best practice together, and then we have a section with our family, with all the families or in front of the camera, try to support each other. So those are the things that we never done before. But those are the first things that are on the mental health. Second thing, as I say, I think the diversity and inclusive culture, we have to double up again. Basically, because of the overall COVID situation, even the people that we recruit a little bit different. We have more IT people recruit, and because of our clients are becoming more digitalized, we recruit much more STEM students or much more digital people who have technology background, which is our company, let's say in the last 4 or 5 years, we are transforming ourselves. So we have to change our the D&I strategies to become more inclusive for people that with different working background. And think about our talent model also need to change. If you know our company, usually our talent model is just like you are associate for first year, associate 2 second year, then senior 3rd year. But however, if you have more technical people coming from, let's say, IT company, you have more programmers, the talent model is not like that way. And maybe they will not become partners. And therefore, we have to change our talent model. So therefore, things need changes immediately on the mental health policy, in the D&I strategy, and also our talent model. And our HR team works very closely with all our business to come out with what we think is doing the right thing on that.
Okay, we have last questions. The question is, do you think that COVID had jeopardized the employee loyalty? And if so, how would we fix it? From Derek.
Derek, I think this question really talking about what you did during the COVID. I think that relates to what your company takes. There's no right or wrong answer. But one observation I saw in China, I'd like to share with you is, I think our firm did a lot of right things, as I say. But however, after the business reopen or recover much more a little bit, we see our attrition rate did go up a little bit. So our business leader a little bit worried. Why are we doing the wrong thing during the COVID? But when I look into the whole market, everyone have a higher attrition rate after the business open. I think few reasons. One is definitely some are doing much more better. Some companies are doing not as bad, not as good as what we are doing maybe, and the attrition rate is abnormally high. Another reason is because, think about it, usually you have normal attrition. But meanwhile, because of the COVID, and actually, put it very straightforward, our company did not take a lot of what we call salary measurements. We keep our people, we put our people first. Actually, the only partners take a little bit much more what we call the salary changes, but our people did not take that. And therefore, I think what our people, when the recovery, some people actually already thinking about changing the career. It's not because of what we did. It's because of, I think they believe of the overall COVID change, they would like to change the career. So therefore, the attrition rate is higher. I believe in other countries, when you coming to a full recovery, that will be the same. But I think it's more importantly is try to keep track your attrition and see whether they are higher than your competitors. If it is so, then you may look into a little bit more deeper. But I can tell you, at least I'm very confident to tell you that at least we are still very confident of what we are doing at the moment. And the question that you say is really about what you did during the COVID.
Thank you very much, Jungle. So from Jungle's sharing, we know how a company can build up a strong employee branding from inside out. It's not only a slogan, but really with all kinds of the programs to make sure that employee experience the same from their daily life. And also what Jungle tells us during the COVID-19, what doesn't change is the purpose. It's not change. But what has been changed is what supported the purpose. Maybe the company need to make it speeder, make it more emphasized. Jungle used many words like double. So they need to make double effort to make sure that employee can benefit from the program as soon as possible, even before the original planning. So thank you very much, Jungle. And again, congratulations all the top employees for your great achievement. Enjoy the rest of the event. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.